The full title of this unusual print is The Defender of the Porte, a British lion on the lookout for a Russian bear. So let's move in a little bit closer and take a better look at it. Now we can see that it's in quite a deep frame with a nice gold slip around it, and there's a very good reason why it's in such a deep frame, and that's to allow for this three-dimensional face which comes out, peers out from the print of this sailor, and he's also got glass eyes. So we've got the title down here, the full title, The Defender of the Porte, a British lion on the lookout for a Russian bear. And then below that on the gilt slip we've got Crimea 1854. And just up here the legend says, drawn from life by R. Evan, Sly, Lower Charlton, Kent. And it also says, printed by C. Moody, 257 Holborn. Now, it seems that Evan was quite interested in pushing the boundaries of printmaking and coming up with new ways to make his work stand out from the hundreds of other prints that were being produced at the time. And Moody was only too happy to help him. We've had a similar print to this one from the same series, which the pair of them published, and it was a soldier, also in the Crimea, entitled Quiet Lodgings, A First Night in the Crimea. And that was illustrated in our catalogue and exhibition for Sundowners. Added to these, Evan also produced a series of what he called new and amusing mechanical prints. And although not three-dimensional, they had a cutout to the subjects of a print with a little wheel at the back which you could turn to give them different facial expressions. Again, made with a great sense of humour. This lithograph and also Quiet Lodgings were published during the Crimean War. They would have appealed to the patriotic fever in the country aroused by the conflict with Russia. Like Evans' new and amusing mechanical prints, they've got a great sense of humour to them. And Jack Tar up here, who's described as a British lion, is armed with a naval cutlass, and of course he's got the naval Colt, which is a very popular weapon at the time. He's got a jovial face, red cheeks, and he's ready to take on the Russian bear. Likewise, the soldier, the soldier in Quiet Lodgings is also, the print is also done with a great sense of humour. He's rudely awoken by Russian bombs going off in the middle of the night, not quite expecting it perhaps on his first night in the Crimea, and his startled face peers out from the tent with a nightcap on top of his head, and he also has got a three-dimensional face and glass bead eyes. But more than that, there's also quite an interesting little nod to the French allies. And again, if you go to the website and look at the print in detail, a photograph of it, you'll see this much clearer. But you might just see the title here, The Defender of the Porte. Port is spelt with an E, the French for door, of course, but the E has got a couple of lines crossing it out, showing that it was misspelt. So a nice little subtle touch there, a little nod to the French allies, and a further example of humour. When I bought this print, it certainly tickled me. I think it's very amusing and very interesting for the three-dimensional face. Really makes it stand out. But you can read more about it on our website, campaignfurniture.com, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as I do.